hardly a village in Vietnam has been spared. Their families broken up, the elderly and the women and children struggle on alone. When a village of 2,000 souls formed a self-defense force, this was the best they could muster to protect themselves from the Viet Cong. All the able-bodied young men over 18 have been conscripted by the government or fighting for the communists. And however little this pathetic force may achieve against the Viet Cong, there's almost nothing they can do to defend the village against the incidental ravages of American action. To repair some of that damage, each American combat unit employs a few of their men as civic action workers. Men like Sergeant Emanuel Holloman, who speaks Vietnamese. His task is all uphill. In 6 months, the 25th Division accidentally killed 300 civilians. In this village, Sergeant Holloman helped rebuild 24 houses destroyed by his unit. A week later, in response to a few rounds of sniper fire, American tanks knocked the houses down again. Faced with that situation, what could Sergeant Holloman do?
We'll come into the village and we'll see just how many people have been injured and how many people are left homeless. And after we find this out, then we usually pick up medical supplies, food, clothing, and then we come into the village. Next, we get an estimate of how many houses destroyed, how many people wounded and killed. After that, then we check in at our G5. We pick up an amount of money. We have to pay for the people that have been killed, people wounded, homes destroyed, and things of this nature.
You pay for people who've been killed?
Well, we don't pay. It's sort of a saladium. This is
what's a saladium?
It's a gift. Yes, it's a gift over here. Once a person is killed, then whoever's responsible, they always give this family a gift. And this gift comes to between 4,000 and 6,000 P.
6,000 piastres, that's about, what in dollars?
It's near $51, something like that.
About $50.
Right, this should cover the burial expense.
How do you feel when you've got to go in with your envelope stuffed full of money to pay for somebody who has been killed?
Well, I'll tell you, I don't feel too good because once I come in and everybody's looking at me, they say, well, here they come. They want to give us something and make us forget that they killed our family, our brothers or sisters or something like that. But that's not the way it is, but a lot of them see it that way, and it's very hard for me. About the best thing you could do is to go in and get with the village chief, and you talk with him. If he's a fairly good guy, if he don't hold any real hard feeling, then he's the guy to talk to. And he will go out amongst people and talk with them and tell them, you know, try to get them to understand that this had to be done. It wasn't, we didn't plan on doing it. We didn't come in with the intention of destroying their homes and killing their families off and animals and all. And if the village chief can halfway get this over, then we'll start to giving them supplies, materials and stuff to rebuild everything we've done and stuff like that. And we may gain their confidence again. It'll take quite a while, but it's a start. How do you?
Now this village, take this village for example, how secure is this village?
Well, if you talk to anybody at base camp, that's, you know, a grunt or whatever you want to call him, he would say, yes, he would say, no, I wouldn't go in that village with a platoon of PCs. But as you see, we're in here and we're walking around and nobody's pulling protection for us and everything is...
Yeah, but how long could we stay in this village safely, do you think?
4:30, quarter to 5, something like that. No trouble.
Well, it's 4 o'clock now. You reckon it'll be safe for us for another 20 minutes or so?
Yes.
Does it make you feel uneasy?
Yes, it does when it's a big crowd around, especially kids. Well, the kids, as you can see, they're very interested in what's going on. But one thing, it's never safe to really have a big crowd around you, because the VC will bribe one of them, give them a grenade, give it to them and tell them to toss it up in there, and they don't have any idea what they're doing. And this has happened quite a few times.
How do you feel that the average GI behaves towards the Vietnamese?
Quite often, one GI can't undo all the work that I've done. This happened up in Go Ha. I'd been working there for about 2 months, paying for houses that had been destroyed, fields, crops and all that had been destroyed. And it seems every morning at this marketplace, this GI would ride by on his PC, take a tear gas grenade and toss it over in the marketplace. And it seems that just about the whole population in that village was at that market in the morning, and right away all these people just dislike Americans.
In their efforts to neutralize this dislike of Americans and rally support for the government, the Civic Action Program employs some curious remedies. The distribution of a trailer load of plastic kites and baseball hats in the government colours seems a less than adequate way of expressing regret for the destruction of homes and crops. It's hard to see how a handout of cheap trinkets will have a very profound effect on the attitude of Vietnamese whose homes have been accidentally blown down and whose relations have been accidentally killed.